What's good, everyone? It's MJO23Dan back with another video, and today's video I want to do a review on a pickup I did this past weekend at SneakerCon, April 29, 2017, with a fellow follower of mine at Junior Longboy, who has actually been following me for quite a long time, spanning back to the Soul Collector ISS forum days. So he hits me up on Facebook. I have a Facebook now, and he's like, "Hey Marv, I know this is on your list, but this was an impulse purchase. I was wondering if you were interested." And of course, I'm all ears. And he was much more interested in doing a trade than actually doing cash. So I'm all for that, especially if you're local. I told him what I had available. He told me what he was looking for. We came to a common agreement and executed the trade. So he's from Seaside, California. I'm from Stockton, California. SneakerCon was in Santa Clara. He's about 45 minutes away. I'm about an hour and a half away. And we met to one common meeting ground, SneakerCon. So we meet up. He shows me the box, the Air Jordan 10, Sacramento. Now this shoe is just a beautiful shoe overall. And shout out to Jordan Brand for making the undersized boxes back in '94. So they discontinued this little undersized box thing going on. So the originals that I do have, the Shadows, which came in, a slightly bigger box than the rest of the ones that I have here. The Steels, and the Powder Blues. So you'll notice here that all three have, well, despite the yellowing tissue paper of the Shadows, all have this, thinner tissue paper. But the Sacramento Tens came with this type of tissue paper. Now I'm not sure if any of you guys out there own any of the other City Series 10s. These are my first actual City Series pair. And I wanted to reach out and ask you guys if your pairs in this box came with this type of paper. Now I know this type of paper started around the late 90s, early 2000s, especially with the face box. I just wanted to know if any of your City Series 10s came with this paper. Otherwise, I'm just not going to include it in the box. Also, what's missing from this box specifically is the border around here. I actually had an extra one, to tell you the truth. It's to keep the box sturdy, so stuff like this doesn't happen. But I think I threw it away. I wish I should have saved it, but whatever. Alright, then lastly about the box is these dots right here. So you'll notice on some of your Air Jordan 10s that there will be this squarish colored box. This is from my Steel 10s. I want to know, and I want to reach out to you guys if you guys have that colored square sticker on the front label of your boxes, on the OGs. So none of my other ones have it, but on this particular pair it did. This one is made in Korea. The other ones are made in Taiwan. So just real quick, I wanted to show you guys a difference here. There are 3 different countries that produce the Air Jordan 10, and many different factories as well. So Taiwan, China, and Korea. The Taiwan pair, the Jumpman's face to the left. Same with my Shadows that were produced in Taiwan, as well as my Powder Blues. Now in Korea, that's different. The Jumpmans actually face to each other. Produced in China, the Jumpmans face opposite each other. So yeah, just a little history on the production style of the Air Jordan 10 and the production of the Jordan Brand at this time. It pretty much gives you a taste of what the production was like then versus now. The result, it's still inconsistent. So in relation to that, you'll know that, some of the Royal ones were produced in different factories at different times. That's pretty much the case with this here. Also could be a form of simple miscommunication. Anyways, the Sacramento Tens. So this was part of a series of many different Jordan Brand athletes representing the Jordan Brand at this time, or the infancy of it. So you had 5 cities representing the Air Jordan 10 City Series. Starting in the Pacific Northwest, you had Kendall Gill of the Seattle Supersonics. Of course, here we have the Sacramento Tens, but a player exclusive version worn by Mitch Richmond. And those specific player exclusives actually had the player's number stitched onto the shoes. You had Chicago, and Scottie Pippen also wore the Chicago. Then in New York, you had Hubert Davis. In Orlando, Nick Anderson. And if you want to put an asterisk, in Miami, you had Baby Jordan himself, Harold Miner. with a player exclusive Air Jordan 10 and his stitch number 32 on the side. Now, a few years ago, I was actually a little bit concerned about Jordan Brand revamping the City Series. We were all expecting the retros of these actual colorways from these specific cities. Now, it's cool that MJ is part of the North Carolina family, raised in North Carolina, so it's only fitting for him to introduce the Bobcat Tens, and at the time, the Charlotte Bobcats, now renamed the Charlotte Hornets. So that was 2014. 2015, you get the Bulls over Broadway, and then the Lady Liberty. And then in 2016, they introduced the Paris with the 75 stitched on the upper. They also did the New York, which was a black silhouette, NYC on the upper. The Brazil with Rio on the upper. Chi-City 10, a Los Angeles 10, Charlotte 10, London 10, and a Shanghai 10. With none of the original colorways from 1994-95 being retroed. And coming from a collector standpoint, I kind of appreciate that. So it buys me more time to actually begin my search collecting the rest of the original City Pack Series 10s. So even though I wasn't looking for it at the time, I want to thank Junior Longboy for actually pushing me to actually start the search for the City Series 10s. Now, a lot of them are overpriced on the resale market, and that was always one of the factors that had hindered me from actually collecting this series. Now, if you're local to me, I'm for sure going to do a trade if it's something that you're interested and what I actually want to put up as available. But it just all depends. We'll see how it all works out. Not going to be searching for them like right away unless, it comes to me and something works out and the stars align and all that good stuff. But with collecting, in sneakers especially, you have to learn to be really, really patient. So the Sacramento Tens, it's an all black upper with a silver hit of the Jumpman, and then the purple hits to represent the team at the bottom with all of MJ's accolades up until this point to when he's retired. Now, the 10 wasn't supposed to even be a thing, and Tinker was not even supposed to continue with the line since Michael Jordan was no longer playing. So one thing about this shoe is just really good materials. This is all raw materials. Nice leather on the upper. This is something that you really don't see in Jordans nowadays. Let me know in the comments if you've actually picked up City Series 10 back in the day, and tell me your story. Let me know how you guys scooped it up. Was it hard to get? Was there hype? What's your story overall on them? So I do want to point out that the Air Jordan 10 does have a full-length Nike Air unit, along with a Phylon midsole, complete leather upper, and nylon straps, which you'll note this continuation into the Air Jordan 11. The purple in there is just great. It's very vivid, very nice. Even the sock liner as well. And let me go ahead and pull this out for you so I can show you exactly what it looks like. So here is the insole of the Air Jordan 10. It's a purple insole with black Nike Air, and then the bottom, it's a nice padded insole, foam insole with the sizing there in my size 10, and then you also have the sizing on the inside collar of the shoe, size 10. They also did this with the Air Jordan 1s, if you remember, where they stamped the size. And then on the insole itself, and they've continued this up until the Air Jordan 10, there's cardboard on the insole of the shoe. And the size is stamped at the bottom. And then here is the inside tag just beneath the tongue of the Sacramento 10. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. Let me know in the comments your overall thoughts. Did I win the trade? Did I not? Was it pretty equal? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Hit me with a big thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.